And welcome back to Life Leadership with Alex Urbina, right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. For the last 45 minutes or so, we've been talking to Deputy Tim Ferrone with the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Department, and we're talking about the VIDA program. You know, one of the questions that came up for me in my mind, I keep thinking about, is the word enabling. How many parents do you think have that disease of enabling their kids? And I talk about this on some of my shows about the different eras, like the parents in my era. It's almost like when certain things happen in their childhood, they told themselves, when I become a parent, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that mean to my kid. I'm going to give them what they want. So when those kids now become parents, they don't go to the middle. They slide to the other side of the spectrum, and they become enablers by giving their kids everything they want. And then they're wondering why their kids aren't working for it or developing any responsibility because they get whatever they want. How much do you see the enabling in parents?
I think what it comes down to is a lot of the parents, and it's consequences. You know what? I let my child do this, and there was no consequence. I let my child drink a beer. There was no consequence. What's the big deal? Now he's smoking pot. It's only marijuana. What's the big deal? Now, there's been no consequence.
No major consequence.
No, exactly. And then when the big consequence comes down is drastic phone calls. You need to help me. And we're enabling them by saying, "Oh, it's only that. It's only that."
That's right.
You work hand in hand with action. And you've been around action, and you know you've just like smacked your head, going, "What are these people thinking?" That oh, they were using heroin in my house, or they're having sex in the house because I don't want to have it in the backseat of a car. You know what? Go have it in the backseat of the car. Be very uncomfortable and make it immemorable. Or
the parents to say, if you're going to smoke dope or you're going to drink, I'd rather you do it in my home rather than someone else's home.
Absolutely. And like I said, you know what? The people that say I'd rather let my 15-year-old daughter have sex at home so I know where she's at, you know what? I don't even know how you could justify that. And I would hate to say, yeah, just go have them somewhere uncomfortable. I mean, in your heart, it's just ridiculous, the things you're saying as parents sometimes. And you need to look at reality and look at, am I enabling my kid? Is this really what I thought parenting would be? Is this really how I thought my child would end up? What am I doing? And sometimes we have to step back and look at reality of, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? And just because my life was a disaster, do I really want to pass it on to my child?
That's that look in the mirror thing again. Have
Absolutely.
the parent look in the mirror.
And we do it for 16 weeks in VIDA. And you know what? When I sit in on counseling, I learn something every Thursday too.
Absolutely. Now, these kids that go to VIDA, now their parents, now obviously we've been talking about some of the extreme unconscious parenting. Now there's parents that do love their kids, and they do put that effort, and they do want the best for their children. They spend the time and all that, and their kids still have
absolutely
something going on. So there's all walks of life. There's no face, just like there's no face to addiction. There's no face to the parent that has kids that have bad behavior.
Yeah, we can have a parent. We could have married parents with 5 kids, and 4 of them went off and graduated from Yale, and then we have one that just kind of didn't get it.
Right.
And we get those parents, and they're just like, where did we go wrong? And it's not necessarily where did you go wrong. A lot of these kids, and most of the kids we have in VIDA, are really good kids. By the time they leave, and I'm not saying it's because of what we did, they just broke down their barriers, and they broke down their little toughness and want to be bad attitudes.
Their egos. They kind of shut off the egos.
We shut off the egos, and they found out that, hey, you know what? These guys are cool. They're not out to get me. They're actually out to help me. Though we will take care of business if we have to, but that's not our primary thing. Our primary thing is to have harmony in the house.
It's sounding like you get them more connected to who they really are deep down inside, their authentic self, their heart. You get them connected to that.
That's what we try to do. Absolutely.
Now, when's the next program, and then how can any of our listeners call and register for that?
We have about 7 positions openings for this next class. It's going to start August 9th. So
that's right around the corner.
It's right around the corner. Our last sign up, which we actually added because we do have some extra spots, will be this Thursday at 7 p.m. You do not have to bring your child. It'll be 7 p.m. this Thursday at Bouquet Canyon Elementary. The address is 28110 Wellston Drive at 7 p.m. Just bring yourself, your husband, guardian, whoever it may be. We'll sit down. We'll go over the entire VIDA program, and we'll get you signed up.
So this Thursday at 7 p.m.
Yes. And if you need any more information, you can go to vida.la, vida.la, or scvsheriff.com. Click on programs, go down to VIDA, and all the information I gave you will be on the bottom.
Thank you to Deputy
Excellent.
Ferrone for all your time. We appreciate your service.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
it's been
I
great to have
appreciate
you.
it.
And some of the takeaways are, like Alex likes to say, the golden nuggets from today's show that we heard you saying is, one is start early. Don't wait until they're 14 or 15 and are smoking pot in the back of the room. Start when they're 7, 6, early. Know what's going on with your kids. Know who they're hanging out with.
Absolutely.
Know what's happening at school. Be involved in school. Also, talk to your kids when they want to talk to you. I think that's a really key, one thing that you said.
That was something I learned from one of our counselors, and I bring it up every time because I think it's invaluable. It's not when you want to talk; it's when they want to. When they open that heart and they want to talk, and you miss that, that might be
ready.
the last time.
Yeah, it's
because
a golden opportunity.
I know as a male, you might open that heart one time on your bed, ready to talk, and there you come in with your attitude as a parent, and you didn't let him open his heart. And
And if you miss that opportunity, they can very easily create a new belief that mom doesn't care or dad doesn't
Exactly.
care, and then they just shut down for the next 10 years.
We need to pick our battles. Sometimes we have to be humble. I know that's people take it like that's my kingdom, that's my home. Sometimes we have to take a step back and let the kids kind of run it for one or 2 seconds while you take a back seat and let them open their hearts.
Beautiful. One other thing I heard you say was, don't try to hide what's going on. So even though as a parent you try to hide your, stress about work or stress about bills or whatever, kids know what's going on in the home. They sense it, they feel the emotion. So even though you're thinking, oh, my divorce isn't affecting my kid, in reality, there's some stuff going on there with your child. Another golden nugget, take a parenting class. That you said, get involved in, free workshops that are out there. At the Zone, we have a lot of work that we're doing for free. Come take a parenting class with us.
If your child's younger than teenage age and you're having issues already, you need to get a parenting class. You can't bring your child to the sheriff's department and run them through the jail and they're going to change their attitude. You need to have some parenting issues.
Awesome. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. We're here every Monday from 1 to 2 p.m. Thanks for joining us on Life Leadership with Alex Urbina. Stay tuned for The Real Side with Joe Messina right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.